close to an hour.
Sorry.
That's fine. So CBD made simple. That's what we want to do. We want to help you see how simple CBD is, what it is. So we're really excited because this was a class that was requested by many people. And there's a lot of misconceptions about CBD. Is it safe? Does it get you high? Is it worth the money? And definitely it is something we see everywhere right now, right? It's in grocery stores, it's in Target, it's in gas stations. So you might think, well, you know, can I really buy a CBD at the gas station? I would say no. It's probably not a good idea, but people wonder, you know, because it's just out there so much. I did some research and it said by well, actually it was in this little booklet, which is part of the gift of the raffle we're going to have, CBD Made Easy. It says in there by 2024, it's going to be a $20 to $40 billion business. So it's really, really ramping up. And it's because it really does have benefits. But there are misunderstandings, misconceptions, and how we're going to also learn the difference between the CBDs. And we're going to talk a lot about Young Living CBD. But the basics about CBD is not about Young Living CBD. It's going to be just education about CBD in general. What it is, what it isn't, and how our body systems work with CBD, why it works, and how definitely add it as a layer of wellness to our wellness routine. So we're going to get started and we're going to use slides. So feel free to take pictures, take notes, because it's going to be a lot of sciencey information. And we're also going to give some of our personal, you know, the way we use CBD, Lori and I have a really interesting little experience that my husband just experienced last night. So that we'll talk about it when I'm talking about the different products. So, so first, what is CBD? So we know there's marijuana and then there's CBD. So marijuana is produced when the hemp plant is grown without the male variety nearby. So the resin that's produced then is full of THC. THC is what produces that psychoactive effect associated with marijuana, or what gets you high. So that's marijuana. Now, CBD is cannabidiol. It's a natural substance from the hemp plant. And it is produced when the hemp plant is grown with both the female and the male plants. And then the resin that's produced is full of this CBD, but it has only a small trace amounts of THC. So that's the difference. The THC is very, very minute amounts in CBD. Now, you have to be sure, because there are some CBDs that you can buy out there that have more THC in than others, and it's not regulated very well. So you have to be careful, especially if your job is going to test you for drug testing. You want to make sure that your CBD has no THC or very, very minimal amounts, but it could accumulate over time. So we're going to learn why Young Living has no THC, so you never have to worry about a drug test. Okay, so there's a history of CBD. So in the early 16th century, hemp came to the United States. It had been used in other countries, and it was used for many, many things that farmers were, it was a really, really good crop. Wait, I can't. Okay, they were fined. It says certain percent of their crop was not hemp. That's what it says. So if a certain percent of their crop was, I had to enlarge it a little there, then they were actually fined. So it was a very, very important to have this, this plant. And when it was brought here, all the different things that it was used for, and still today, it can be made from the hemp plant, is sails for boats, ropes, clothing, food, soap. There are so many things, and it was really considered a necessary crop. Then in the 1920s, we think about the 1920s, what was happening then in history, it was deemed a Schedule I controlled substance because of corrupt media war. So this was happening, but there was also, does anybody else know what else was happening in the 20s? This kind of goes along with that. And it was, right, it was prohibition. So in the 20s, this type of thing was happening. So now when we look at the history, they put this hemp and this marijuana together. So now there was no more hemp being grown. And so those products that they made with that hemp was now, it couldn't be used because it was considered illegal and you couldn't use it, just like they were with prohibition with alcohol for a time period. But now we know prohibition didn't take as long to go away, but look at this. It took until 2018 in July when they downgraded this product from a Schedule I to a Schedule V controlled substance by the FDA. And it's because they wanted to facilitate the sale of Epidiolex. So does anybody know what that is? If you want to, you can either just unmute and say it, or you can put it in the chat. Do you know what that was used for? Mm-mm. It was epilepsy. And we know that many people today use CBD for that still to this day. So then about 6 months later, in December of 2018, the Hemp Farming Act was signed. And they deemed that any hemp with less than 3% THC was no longer a controlled substance and was not anymore illegal in the United States. So that's very, very interesting, the history of CBD, what we see for many, many years, decades, really. There, you couldn't use this hemp product. You couldn't grow it. All right, so Lori's going to talk about the ESC system and some other things to get more into the sciencey part of the hemp plant.
So let's talk about how this works inside your body. So we all have what's called an endocannabinoid system, or you can call it the ECS or EC system. So it has three main components: endocannabinoids, receptors, and enzymes. And endocannabinoids are naturally made by your body. Endocannabinoid receptors are found throughout our bodies. There's two main endocannabinoid receptors. There's CB1 receptors that are found mostly in the central nervous system, and CB2 receptors that are found in the peripheral nervous system, especially in immune cells. So endocannabinoids can bind to either receptor. Now, For an example, endocannabinoids might target the CB1 receptor in a spinal nerve to relieve pain. Others might bind to a CB2 receptor in your immune cells to signal that our body is experiencing inflammation. And then the third component is the enzymes, and they break down the endocannabinoids once they've carried out their function. And there's so many different systems that the endocannabinoid system is related to, like appetite and digestion, metabolism, chronic pain, inflammation, mood, learning and memory, sleep, liver function, reproductive system function, stress. So what the role of the endocannabinoid system is to help our body maintain homeostasis. So what's homeostasis? That's talking about the stability of the internal environment of our body. In other words, our body being in balance. It would mean that we're not in like a fight or flight response, but it would mean that we're balanced, we're able to rest, our body's able to heal. So if we're out of homeostasis, our endocannabinoid system sends out natural endocannabinoids to help regulate the body and bring it back to homeostasis. That's its whole job. And it's constantly working to do this. So some examples of this would be if you get too hot, you sweat to cool your body down. If you get too cold, you shiver. When you get hungry, your stomach growls, and hopefully you'll feed yourself. And when you get tired, you yawn to bring in more oxygen. So those are examples of how our endocannabinoid system at work. So CBD interacts with the endocannabinoid system. That's why it's a highly sought after product from Young Living. If our body isn't making enough endocannabinoids, or if the receptor sites aren't working properly, then we can use CBD to assist in support in bringing our body back to homeostasis. So that's how the CBD supplement works, to help with the production of natural endocannabinoids being made by our ECS, and to make our receptor sites all over our nervous system work properly. So, but then, as Denise had alluded to before, is CBD going to make you high? And what's the role of THC in all of this? So here's the difference, THC versus CBD. So THC is the psychoactive compound in cannabis. And when this compound binds to the CB1 receptors in the brain, it makes you feel high. That's THC. Whereas CBD doesn't not bind directly to either CB1 or CB2 receptors, but instead impacts them indirectly by modifying the receptor's ability to bind to cannabinoids. Therefore, CBD does not make you feel high. So THC gives you the high feeling. CBD can give you the benefits of bringing your body back to homeostasis, but does not make you feel high. Young Living CBD contains 0% THC, nothing. So it will not make you feel high, and you will not test positive on a drug test. So we're going to introduce one other word to you that you may or may not be familiar with, which is terpenes. And you'll see in a minute why we're talking about this. So terpenes, they're found in essential oils, they're found in CBD, and it's what gives plants their aroma, and they have positive effects on the body. So you'll notice that in our CBD products, there are very strategically chosen essential oils containing terpenes to replace constituents that are found in THC that were removed from our CBD because it does not contain any THC. So Young Living replaced the THC with essential oils that have a similar chemical makeup to THC. And this gives similar health benefits without the psychoactive effect of the THC. So how do we choose our CBD? Like Denise mentioned, it's readily available from many different places. And the number one thing we want to think about is quality. We want to select a company that we know has high standards, does not use chemicals, and test their product for quality and purity. This is true with anything we're going to put in or on our body, right? But it's particularly true when you're talking about the hemp plant, because the hemp plant is like a vacuum cleaner for toxins. So if a hemp plant is being grown in soil that has chemicals in it or has pesticides, if pesticides are sprayed on it, even if chemicals were used on that ground some time ago, the hemp plant is going to vacuum all that up and bring it into the plant. And then the CBD that would be derived from that plant would hold on to those pesticides, those chemicals. So it's important that we know that the CBD we're using is not exposed to any of those things. And Denise is going to talk a lot more about that later, how what Young Living's done to ensure that there is purity of and control the environment of the hemp plant. Just a couple things about CBD. Young Living partnered with Nature's Ultra. It was an existing company that they fully vetted for their standards. And now they're like a wholly owned subsidiary of Young Living is Nature's Ultra. And Nature's Ultra has 2 organic certifications. They have an organic handler certification and an organic farming certification. So we don't have to worry about anything about the farming practices or anything about how the CBD is extracted from the hemp, because it's all being done without chemicals. So the rest of this slide discusses the different kinds of CBD that are available on the market. So there's full spectrum CBD. That's CBD that has everything that's naturally with it. CBD, THC, plant esters, flavonoids, terpenes, all together in a liquid form. And it says it provides the entourage effect. And you might say, well, what's the entourage effect? It's the idea that when parts come together, they have a much bigger impact on the body than when the parts are used separately or in isolation. When they come together, they're stronger and able to get better effects than just a CBD isolate. But the problem you run into with this, if you use full spectrum CBD, it has the THC in it. And that can be a problem. It would be a low level THC, but it would still be in existence. And that could be a problem for some people. So then you can go to the other end of the spectrum, which is just having a CBD isolate. So that's CBD only. It contains 0% THC, no terpenes, and therefore has no entourage effect. So that doesn't seem good either, because we know in using essential oils, that's one thing we really like about Young Living, is because they don't alter their oils. The oils are just like God created them, in the plant. Everything is in there. So what did Young Living do? They came up with this smart spectrum CBD. So they took the CBD isolate and then they added essential oils to it, and though containing the terpenes in the essential oils. So those two work synergistically together to create the benefits of CBD and terpenes. So, okay, that's good. So one more slide that I want to talk about is some usage and safety for CBD. So we might wonder, well, how do we use this? So number one, you want to shake it well before you use it. So you want to just take your bottle and shake it. We want to store it away from heat, light, and humidity, just like we would with our essential oils. That's just to preserve freshness. Some people choose to store it in the refrigerator. You could do that, although you don't have to. And we want to apply it daily. And actually, you can apply it several times a day. You could use it 3 times a day, 2 times a day, because it's going to come into our body's going to use it, and then it will pass out of our body again. So you can use it several times a day. Also, if you know that your body is sensitive to things, you might want to start with half of the recommended amount and increase it slowly as you observe the effects that it has upon your body. So each bottle gives you the on the side the recommended dosage and usage, as well as on the Young Living website. You can find those things as well. So now we're going to hear from Denise, where she's going to go into detail about what's so great about Nature's Ultra CBD.
Thank you, Lori. That was amazing. I think you explained that so well and very easy to understand. And I think makes it so clear. So Nature's Ultra, she already mentioned a lot of things about that and how they were carefully vetted by Young Living. And of course, they're certified organic. And we're going to have another slide that's going to show the Seed to Seal certification. And Nature's Ultra is just as really, really serious about organic and what that means, above and beyond what the standards are in this country. So again, like she said, it's this high quality CBD, pure, safe, legal, 0% THC. You never have to worry about a drug test ever. And it's vegan, gluten-free, no animal byproducts are used, plus a commitment to not using any animal testing. So their farming practices are amazing, just like Young Living's are. And the farms where they grow is for Nature's Ultra, where they grow their plants, is in Colorado, which is really high up there. So they get a lot of clean air and plenty of sun, which the hemp plants need a lot of sun. So organic, okay, look at this. This is off the charts, organic, okay. Seed to Seal, 0 pesticides or chemicals are permitted, okay. Now look at the United States. You can still have 5% non-organic material allowed, okay. It's kind of like when you get your oils at Target, they only need to have 5% oil in, essential oil in, to say that it's therapeutic grade. So this is the USDA idea of organic. But Young Living, their chemical-free soil has to be for 50 plus years. Think about that. That's like crazy. So, and the USDA organic, it's only free soil for 7 years, which might be fine, but Seed to Seal, Young Living, Ultra, Nature's Ultra, they want to make sure it is really as chemical free as possible. They weed by hand. They control the pests with essential oils. And Young Living does, and so does Nature's Ultra. They have all these different trained scientists on staff, and they have third-party testing, which USDA organic, you do not have to have third-party testing, and they do not have as many people really, caring so much about this organic idea. So it says 15 volunteers. Where Seed to Seal is 50 trained scientists on the staff. So they go through rigorous testing. Nature's Ultra products and Young Living products, which we've learned that before. And also what's interesting, okay, Lori, I can show you on, if you want to get rid of that. I want to show you on each of the bottles, any bottle of CBD from Young Living, there is a QR code, which you can scan, and you will get the information for that particular bottle. So you know for sure it has 0.0% THC in it. So they're very, very serious about, giving us a high quality product. And you never have to worry about, a drug test showing up. So I'm going to go through some of the products. Lori has some, we have some slides for that. Okay, so the calm roller. This is maybe a lot of people would first start using CBD would like to use the calm roller. This is amazing because because it really is great for sleep, and it's great for, like she's saying, getting out of that fight or flight response. Okay. This is something you put on your neck. You can put under your nose a little bit. You can put behind your ears, which is where all the emotional oils are great for, behind your ears. And look at the oils that are in this CBD roller: eucalyptus, frankincense, lavender, orange, vetiver, ylang ylang. And let me tell you, I have it right here. It smells amazing. It's wonderful. It really creates that peaceful environment, relaxes your mind, especially with that vetiver in there, which is really, really calm and really helps with racing thoughts. It can help, of course, with stress and, like we said, sleep. So last night, Andy was having, he was pacing, and I was working on this program for tonight, and he was pacing. I'm like, what's going on? So I had him smell vetiver. I just opened it up and said, look, just smell this, just keep sniffing it. And then take this calm roller and put it behind your ears and in your neck. And it didn't really take him that long to calm down and get to bed. So I don't have a lot of anxiety. I'm not a high anxiety person. And this is 300 milligrams. But it really does, it really can help with just, I have it by my bed in case I start having those racing thoughts. I do use it on occasion, but not regularly. So, and it's amazing. So you can just keep it next to your bed. It doesn't have to be in the refrigerator. And then that's the 300, but they also have the 600. So if you really have a lot of anxiety, you may want to go with the 600 milligram right away. Okay, the next one is the joint and muscle balm. So this targets sore and achy muscles, and it gives you that hot and cool sensation. Lori's going to give a little testimony about that. I have an empty bottle here. I tend to use my Panaway and my wintergreen, and that seems to work for me, but I have used this in the past, and it does really, really work well. It has camphor in it, clove, glycerin, lemon, peppermint, tea tree, and wintergreen. So it is packed full of essential oils. And again, this is what gives it that entourage effect. This is what helps it be really bioavailable to your body, the CBD, because without those terpenes in, CBD really will be minimal what it'll do for you. But by having this smart spectrum and having these oils put in, this gives those terpenes back in and makes it much more readily available to the body. And we benefit a lot more from it. It's also good for headaches, the joint and muscle balm. Really, really good for, like, put a tiny bit on, your temples or in the back of your neck if you're having a lot of tension headache. It really, really is good for headaches as well. So I know people have used it for that. And then the next one is the liquid form. Okay. This is, I use the Cool Mint. That's my favorite one. It reminds me of my grandma's mint tea. And the way I use it is I take a dropper and I put it under my tongue. And I hold it there for about 20 seconds. Tastes really yummy. And then I swallow it. So that's the way I like to use it. I keep it in my refrigerator next to my probiotic and my fish oils. And that way, when I go at night and I take my probiotic, I take my CBD, I don't forget about it. I don't have to worry about it getting, it's cool. It's in the refrigerator. It tastes really yummy that way. So that's how I use it. So there's also the citrus. And then there's also the cinnamon. Okay. So this is really a personal choice. And there's also the 500 milligram and 1,000 of each of these. So like Lori was saying earlier, they carefully have put these different essential oils. So for the mint, it may be that if you have more digestive problems, you would like the peppermint and the spearmint, because those definitely support your digestion. The citrus is more of a uplifting, has the uplifting oils in it. If you want to go back to that, Lori, yeah, that has the grapefruit and orange oils in it. And then also the cinnamon is for if you maybe have some sugar issues, it helps with that, but it's also just gives you a boost during the day. What's interesting is all the things that CBD can help with, okay? So it's like our endocannabinoid system, if it's not in balance, we need support. It's kind of like when we take supplements, right? Our body needs support. So we take supplements to support it. We should be getting everything from food, but we're not. Our food isn't really giving us all the nutrition we need. So we need to take supplements. Well, the CBD does the same thing. It helps our endocannabinoid system that we have within us, that God gave us, and it just gives it that extra support that it needs. So this seems like a miracle plant, because look at all the things. I mean, Lori listed sleep, anxiety, inflammation, digestion, muscle and joints, reproduction and fertility issues, menstrual cramps. I mean, you could go on, and she mentioned even more. So it's not a miracle plant, but the key to remember is that this plant, just like the essential oils, our body recognizes it and then uses it and adapts it to what our bodies need. So going back to like this, that I use the mint, okay? If you want the citrus one, you don't have to worry. It's not gonna make you fall asleep because it's uplifting. What it's gonna do is it's just gonna get you out of that fight and flight response and get your body into homeostasis or balance, and then you can rest. Your body will be in a state of rest. The same with the calm roller. Yeah, you take it at night because you're ready to sleep, but if you wake up in the morning and you have anxiety because of what you have to do that day, if you use the calm roller, you're not going to fall asleep. It's going to adapt to what your body needs at that time. So in a way, it does seem like it's a miracle, but again, it's a plant from Jehovah. He gave us this. It's here for us to use and for our bodies to benefit from. So when we think about the picture of the endocannabinoid system in our bodies and how it's linked to think about it. Our nervous system is everywhere in our body. It's everywhere. It's every part of our body our nerves are attached to. So when we use that CBD along with the oils, the terpenes, it travels through our body and adapts to what we need. And so those are the three different options. Now, also, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, there's also the, if you have to go to the spring launch, you go to your virtual office. It's not under Nature's Ultra, but there's also the CBD oil base. Okay, so I have this next to my bed, and I like to use it with Panaway. So if I'm having like, I get this pain sometimes on my one muscle down my leg here. So what I'll do is I'll take a dropper of this, put it in my hand, and I'll rub it on here, and then I'll layer it with my Panaway. And it works really, really well. So you can get the pep. I didn't see the one with the Panaway under, so I don't know if they're out of stock, or they're not making it anymore, but the CBD pep bundle, this 250 milligram CBD oil base. So this has no essential oils in it. You can add essential oils to it, or you can layer it like I was saying. So if you want it for pain, you can put drops of Panaway in it. If you want it for sleep, you can add lavender to it, or vetiver, or whatever oils you want. If you know, like even for calming, you could add Palo Santo. You could add, there's so many oils you could use. If you want it for energy, you could use, because the other one is the CBD chill bundle is with lavender, and the CBD pep bundle is with pepper. So that's also an option that you can use. And then Lori's going to talk about the other CBD that we're really excited about. Her and I are doing something this month.
So we don't have a slide for this one, but it's the CBD Beauty Boost. Should have turned my light on here. Sorry. So this is has rose, a full dropper full has the essential oils from an entire rose in each dropper full. That's pretty incredible. There's a lot in this bottle, along with some other oils, tamanu oil. And what we're doing, Denise and I are doing, and my sister is doing it, it's called the Boho Botox. So what it consists of is using this every day, and you apply it to your face. You can either mix it with your moisturizer, or you can just put it in your palm and just pat it onto your face, along with longevity vitality oil. Taking that internally in a veggie cap. I'm doing like 4 drops a day in a veggie cap. So I'm doing those two things together. I'm using about half a dropper full a day. I'm doing like a quarter in the morning and a quarter in the afternoon, because I find that's plenty for my face. It goes a long way. I think this is going to last a long time. And so the idea of it is, I've seen some pictures online of people who did it, and in 1 month's time, this woman looked significantly younger. It was like amazing. So we did our before pictures. So 1 month from now, I'll show you our after picture, and I'll probably look like I'm 20 again. So just kidding. That was a joke. So this is really a very cool product. This is one of the newer products. The other one that I'm using is the muscle and joint rub. So this is great for, I have a desk job at the computer a lot, so I like to rub this like on my shoulders. I sprained my ankle a couple months ago. I rub it on my ankle. My dad is battling off a knee replacement, so he's got swollen, inflamed knees, so I gave it to him to put on his knees, hopefully get a little relief with that. I just gave it to him, so we'll see what he says about that. But this is really, really a nice rub to use. And oh, that's why I wanted to share. I gathered a couple testimonies from some other friends who are using some of these CBD products. One said, I use it when I get a massage. It's incredible to relieve muscle tension and help my brain calm down. Another said, speaking of the joint muscle rub, I use it on my knee at night. Love it. Got my mom using it on her shoulder, on her bad shoulder. And another said, I use it on my neck for tension at work. I work in the dental field. I'm always bent over a patient. It helps with the pain. So those are some great testimonies from different users of various CBD products. So you might be wondering, well, how do I get these products? So let me share one more time. I'm sorry, one second. Oops. And we see there's 2 CBD starter kits. So if you are not a member, this is definitely the way to go, because both these bundles are like highly discounted. If you would add up the price of buying these things separately, it's highly discounted. Plus, then you become a Young Living member and you receive a 24% discount off everything else that you buy. So both of the starter kits they have the same products in them, but at different CBD strength. So they all have the Calm CBD roll-on, the CBD muscle rub, and the citrus CBD oil. So the regular strength has 300 and 500 milligram, and the extra strength has 600 and 1000 milligram. So if you're new to CBD, I would recommend starting with the regular strength starter kit. But if you've been a CBD user, you would know what's right for you if you've been using CBD. So if you are a member and you would like to get this, if you want, the only way you can get the starter bundle is as a new member. So sign up your spouse, sign up somebody in your family. They can get the starter kit if they don't have a membership already. If not, you can purchase all these items on Essential Rewards. So we know Essential Rewards, which is now becoming Loyalty Rewards, and our Subscribe and Save program has its benefits. You can it's your monthly wellness box. You earn points on future orders. You get loyalty gifts. You get freebies starting at 100 PV, which 100 product value, that's free shipping. And then from there, other gifts with purchase. This month, there's all kinds of great things for kids in the Kids Sense line, even though tons of adults use the stuff in the Kids Sense line, including me. So also access to exclusive discounted bundles, and it qualifies you to receive referral bonuses. So that's the way you can get them. So let me stop sharing here and just ask, we threw a lot of information at you. Who has questions that we will try to answer? Any questions? If you do, just unmute yourself and ask your question. Nadine.
I just wanted to tell you, because I did get the bundle kit, and my husband, like you, have been working, looking down all the time on his computer. Well, his neck has been giving him such problems. And when I got this, I started using it on his neck. And he would wake up every morning and said, oh, my neck hurts. It gives me a headache. Nothing. I think, and every night I rub it on, and every morning I rub it on his neck. And I think it has helped him. Tremendous. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. That's a beautiful testimony. That is awesome. Great results.
Oh, and we also take the oils. I give him the oils at night to calm his brain.
Yeah.
What has he shared about that? Has he shared anything about that?
No. I said, how did you sleep? He says, I haven't heard him wake up. Every morning he would wake up, he would say, I'm tired. I said, you just slept. How come you're tired? With this, nothing.
Wow, that's great. I know another friend shared a testimony similar to that with her husband, that he kept waking up at night and couldn't sleep. And she gave that to him, and he slept through the whole night, and he slept through half the morning until she finally went and checked on him. And she's like, are you all right? What are you doing? The mornings have gone and you're still sleeping. That was totally unlike him. He was like, oh, I just had the best night's sleep ever. So it's pretty amazing how it works. Anybody else? Thank you, Nadine, so much for sharing that.
I do think using them together too, especially if you have more of an intense problem, using the them together simultaneously, like using the internal, taking it sublingually under your tongue, and also using the muscle rub really does help with you if you have like more of an extreme pain situation.
I have a question.
Yeah.
About because the two bundles have the different milligrams, 300 and 600 milligrams. Is it just that one is more powerful than the other? Is that the strength?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's
okay.
kind of double the amount of CBD, basically, is what it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, they also have little tins. I don't have any, but of the muscle, you can also get little tins, 10 of them. And they're really nice, like to take in your purse, or like if you go on vacation, you don't want to take this big old thing with you, or if you want to share with someone. So they do have that as an option too. Those are newer. So they're really convenient to have.
Yeah, those are nice. Anybody else have a question? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do the raffle, and then Jillian's going to talk to us. For anybody who wants to stay on, because very exciting times, is this long awaited new shopping platform for Young Living went live this week. Probably they started earlier in the week and said it was going to take 72 hours to migrate everybody over. And I think probably everybody's onto the new shopping platform now, all the existing members. So that's very exciting. So Jillian's going to walk us through that. But first, let's do the raffle. And then if anybody needs to jump off or doesn't want to learn about that, feel free to take your lead. But first, let's do the raffle so you can get your prize. So Denise, do you want to tell us what's in the gift?
Oh, yes, I have this little booklet, CBD Made Easy, which you can look at or you can share with someone if you know someone who's interested in learning more about CBD. And then I'm going to be giving samples of all the different CBDs. I have a sample for each. It'll be the mint, because that's the one I have for the liquid, and the CBD Beauty Boost, and also I'll give a little sample of the Calm Roller. You could smell it, put it on, and I'll probably put that in like a little. I'll put them in these little bags. I have these little what are they called? Mylar
bag.
Mylar bags. Yes, yeah. So. Awesome. Yeah, so a little sample of all of that we get to try.
That's great. Okay, let's do it. Uh-oh, where'd my okay. Oh. There we go. Sorry. I can't find my screen. Here we go. Melissa! Yay! Congrats, Melissa.
Try all of those, Melissa.
That's fantastic. Nice. Okay, so now we're going to hand it over to Jillian, and she's going to share with us about the new shopping platform.
All right. So this new platform, we've been waiting for it for a while, and they've been working on it because they wanted to make sure that it was easy, less complicated online ordering experience for everybody, for members and customers. And what they did here was, here, let me share my screen with everybody. So when you log in, or when you're going to sign in, actually, like normal, but then when you go over here to my subscriptions, it was previously before the ER monthly order, but now we click on here. See if it's going to do it now that it's thinking about it. Let's see. I may have to, let's see. I had it already. Hold on a second. Sorry, guys.
No worries.
Now that
Young Living probably logged you out. And
I think that's what happened.
Too long.
Right?
Let somebody else shop. No.
Oh, that's probably what happened.
Okay, here we go. So let me share again. Okay. So here is your login screen. You sign in like normal. And then over here on the side, you see it, the My Subscriptions. That was previously the ER order. And then this page will pop up. And what I found that they are doing is that I think this is just like everything that was in your order from before. So you guys will probably see what you ordered last month, and it'll be in here. So the first thing I wanted to show you guys is how to enroll and to subscribe to Save. So you want to go up to the search bar and you can type in whatever it is that you're looking for. And it's really nice because it pops up all the potential items. And you can even click over here on view all, and it'll show all the items that contain thieves in it. And you just click on the one that you want here. And you can see there's a button for subscribe. And then there's also a one-time purchase. So to enroll in the subscribe to Save, you click on the subscribe button and it'll take you back to your page here. And here is where you are able to adjust as well your frequency. So and here under frequency, you just click on the arrow and you can adjust how often you want this item or the quantity, how many you want. Also another option that you have once you're here is let's say you wanted to cancel this. You clicked on something and you don't really want it anymore. You see there's a trash button. You just click it, confirm it, and then it's gone from your subscriptions page here. Also, if you wanted to edit, like let's say this thieves whitening, I don't want it. I want it every 2 months. Click on here. And so this and it shows up on the bottom that it's been updated. And so every 2 months, I'll get this option. If you wanted to cancel, you have the trash can button. I already went over that. If you wanted to edit, that's also, if you wanted to change the processing date over here on the side, you just click on this button and here you can see how often, what date you would like. Like, let's say I wanted it on the 16th instead. It's normally on the 25th, but then this. So I could change it.
Jillian, it doesn't have an option like before where you could process it that day?
Yes, you can do that. So let's say like, if I wanted it today, I would go, I guess, well, I can't go up to the date because it's only showing for the 11th actually, but I could just click process now. If I click process now, then it won't even look at the date. It won't matter. It'll just process on that moment that you are going on there. So now I can't seem to get the 25th back, but I'll worry about that later. Another thing I wanted to mention, for example, when we are searching, let's say lavender, let's say we wanted this, but we wanted to order just one time, like a shop order would have been before. You click on the one-time purchase, and then this will take you to your cart, and you can just verify and agree and do it that way. But you would have to click on this one-time purchase. That is what used to be our shop orders. Our essential rewards orders or monthly orders, they were on the subscribe to Save. So that is the difference between these two. Also, another thing I wanted to check, let's see, we go back here to my subscriptions, things that you want to keep an eye out for are here on top. You can see if you're getting the free shipping. In order to receive the free shipping, like Lori, I think mentioned earlier, we have to have 100 PV. So I would have to increase the quantity. So I would have 100 PV at least, and then here it changes over to free shipping. So this is where you would see it or look for it on your order. Also, another thing you want to check too is how your loyalty points and how many you're earning for this order. You can see that here. In order to receive points for your order, you do have to have a minimum of 50 PV. You can, to continue acquiring loyalty points from this order. So those are a few things you want to look at. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I missed. Also, if you wanted to change anything in your account here, if you go click up here at the account, you could change your details. If you wanted to change, you know, anything in your here, information, at payment methods, look at all the details for your account here or your order history. All of those things would be there too. Does anybody have any questions about any of it? It's really nice. I like when we're searching just that everything pops up. So you know pretty much what you're looking for. You can see, you know, if you want, let's say here, you click view all, everything pops up under these. So it's not constantly searching what tab or where we're going, or, you know, is it under personal care? Is it under this? And it's not under that. You just type it and everything that has thieves in it will pop up, which is really nice. I think it helps make it a lot easier. And you can even see also the different sizes, like let's say here for the sanitizer, you get a 3-pack, or if you just want the 10 ounce, you can toggle and you can see what it will look like. So it gives you a better view. All right, and I think that's all I had.
That's
if anybody has
awesome.
any questions.
I noticed that you were at the top, one of the pages, I saw like a website tutorial at the top.
Yes. Oh, that's right. Yes.
You do
so
that?
let me.
What do you know about that?
Oh, it's great. It's really nice. They have these little videos for everything. So let me go back here and see if it has it here, right here. So it says website tutorial. Let me know. Okay, here it does. And it kind of walks you through, it gives you information about how, let's see, I'm clicking on here. Let's see what happens. I did this earlier, but not through here. Here, it talks about your stuff and let's see, hold on. Yeah, but this, I guess, is giving you a tutorial for your own account. And let's see, I don't know how to unclick it. I guess it's the ones I've done. It's checking it off.
Oh, you can't watch it again?
Yeah, but there is, I'm trying to think of where it was. I did see that there were videos, like actual videos of each thing that you wanted to look.
I think it's under member resources.
Oh.
Under, do you guys see it? And I'm just missing it.
I don't see it there.
I wonder about what's under learn, I wonder, on the top left.
Here?
I wonder what's there.
Oh, here it is. You're so smart, Lori. Website training videos. This is what I was looking for. So here it gives you whatever it is that you want to do that you could come up with or you could think of.
Wow.
It gives you, and it's like a short video. It's usually less than a minute long for each, and it'll show you exactly what to do. What I was wondering, now that I think about it, I wonder if you could, here, let's see. I wonder if you could, you could share it here.
You can share from there.
Yeah, so you could send somebody the link of if they're wondering, how do I do this, or how, if they're stuck on something. So I think it's really nice because it's there. I thought this was interesting. There's talks about the headers and how they're, depending on what type of customer you are, up here, it may be different. So it'll say, what was it? let me see if I can, it'll say, like if you're a brand partner, it'll show something different than if you're just a regular customer.
Mm.
That's what it is. It'll say subscribe to earn 24% discount to the people who aren't, who are just who haven't subscribed yet. So it'll change. And yep, they're short, just like that, where, you know, it'll give you like the information, what you'll see, what to, you know, look out for.
Yeah, so. I didn't get to do all that. So there is also shop there. So you could go right to the shop.
I think so. Let's try it. Let's
do a shop order right there, right?
Yep, exactly. So if you click on shop, I guess you would not be like, let's say, we're talking about CBD. No, I guess it does the same. So you could go from here where you would either do a one-time purchase or.
Gotcha.
I think that's one of the best things, because it's not like, well, now there's a shop section. Now there's a monthly order section. That was always confusing, and it was easy to end up in the wrong place. Well, now you just go to shop, and then once you're there and you're at the product, then you decide, am I putting on my subscribe to save? Well, that's my monthly order, or am I putting it on a one-time order and I'm getting it right now? So I think that's really going to be much clearer. One other thing I saw, if you hit the shop button again, which I thought was really handy, I think that's where I saw it. Oh no, I think maybe go to the subscription. I don't know where I saw it now. Yeah, on this left-hand side, there's a share YL. When you click that, it gives you your sharing link.
Oh, that's nice.
Right there. It's so easy to find. So if somebody else wants, you know, to get something, you could just copy your link right there. So easy to find. So
yeah. I think what was one other thing too, that and it was in that picture that I had sent you, Lori. Let me see if I can pull it up. But anyways, you can also, when you're shopping, you can shop by category, or you can just put anything here in the search tab, or you can shop by the menu too, which I thought was nice, kind of whatever it is that you need. I think this is different. This looks different to me than the way it was set up before. Just the, you know, the subheadings, and it just kind of makes the layout a little bit easier.
It seems clean and simple to me. It really is nice. I'm super excited. Awesome, Jillian. Thank you. That was a beautiful presentation.
Really good. Thank you so much, Jillian.
So
I'm going to stop the recording.